Okay, hey everybody. This is Mitch in beautiful Northwest Arkansas, USA, along with some of my friends here. I wanted to go over a little bit of information that I think you're going to find very valuable. Okay, and right now we're talking to people in various countries, including Nigeria, Philippines, Mexico, UK, Hungary, Australia. Am I forgetting anybody, Mike? I don't know. But in many other countries, as we take this idea, which has become a reality around the world, okay? I'm just going to leave you to look at this picture here and try to figure out what in the world is that, right? Okay, you try to figure that one out. So my name's Mitch. I've been married 36 years. There's my family. And I'm just going to ask everybody this. Are you ready for a serious life-changing opportunity? An opportunity that can not only change your life for the better, but a lot of other people. Because seldom do you come across something that actually saves people money instead of what? Costing them money, right? Doesn't happen. And we've got something very, very exciting like that. So let me ask you a question, or several questions. Who do you know that uses gas or diesel fuel? Who do you know that uses gas or diesel fuel? Okay, well, you're all muted, so I'm not going to wait for your answer, but the answer would be everybody. Everybody uses gas or diesel. The next question I'd like to ask you is, who do you know that would like to save money on gas and diesel? Once again, the answer is pretty obvious, right? It's everybody. Okay, everybody. Next question, who do you know that wants to make additional money in this bad economy? Once again, you could probably figure out the answer. Everybody, right? And then the final question is, given the choice, would you like to save money, make money, or both? What do you think most people are going to say? Both, right? So the answer to these questions is everybody, both, right? Everybody, both. So I made these fun shirts, and you all in Nigeria, you can make the fun shirts as well. But anybody wearing one of these shirts, people are going to say, what in the world is that? And all you got to do is ask those questions. Who do you know that uses gas or diesel fuel? Who do you know that would like to save money on gas or diesel fuel? Who do you know that would like to make money in this bad economy? And they'll get the idea, right? So that's just kind of a fun way to start a conversation. So, we've got an opportunity here it's a new opportunity, but without the risk of a startup. Because the last thing we want to do is to start up in a country and have problems, okay? And that's the reason why things take time to get started, because we need to make sure, the company needs to make sure that it's going to go smoothly and we can get enough product in there and so on. But Andrew and Nancy Burling right there, you see on the left, that's the master distributor. They're friends of mine, also very good friends of Michael Renz, who's here on the call with us. We were in the same company together. And between the COVID and some bad decisions at the company, that company let us down, okay? It was going pretty good up until the COVID, and things happened. And well, Andrew and Nancy obtained through a friend the worldwide rights to the original Fuel Tab product. This is the product that you pop in the fuel tank. It's very easy and brainless. It's just a tablet. You pop in the fuel tank, and you go upon your life, helps the fuel burn cleaner and more efficient, better gas mileage, meaningful amount of better gas mileage. Company says 8 to 12% is average, which would be enough, but many people get 15, 18, 20, 22% better on their fuel economy. So anyway, they took that product to the company we were with prior. They turned it down because they were having problems in the company, or maybe it was just a bad decision. So Andrew and Nancy, they took the product to the Tynerts, who were friends of theirs that owned a company that was also affected by the COVID up in Maple Grove, Minnesota. They got excited about it, started a new company, MPG Extreme, which actually stands for Marketplace Global, located in Maple Grove, Minnesota, with an 18,000 square foot facility, full staff of real people with real customer service and manufacturing and warehousing and all that in Maple Grove, Minnesota, USA. A little bit about the product, our lead product, if you will, which is the premium X caps. You know, they optimize the fuel economy by being a catalyst in helping the fuel burn cleaner, boosting octane, improving power and performance, and reducing emissions. You know, my friends in many countries are so excited about this because if you can imagine how much money we can save people, because, you know, they use fuel in pretty much everything, right? Cars, commercial trucks, motorbikes. Anybody here travel by motorbike or know somebody that does? I know in countries like Nigeria, Philippines, Southeast, you know, Asian countries, the motorbikes are, you know, probably the #1 form of transportation. All-terrain vehicles, generators. You know anybody has a generator in Nigeria? What if we can increase the runtime on those generators 8, 10, 12, maybe 15 or 20%? You think that would help people out? I mean, would that help you out? Boats. You know, some of my friends that are in the islands, you know, they're excited because boats go from island to island. And that's where most of their fuel consumption is, crazy enough. But for us, right, because we don't think that way, but that's the way it is. So they're very excited. Scooters, heavy equipment, tractors, lawnmobiles, and if you're up in the Great White North where Michael Renz is, snowmobiles. All right. So for what we have here, and I'm going to go over some other products and whatnot here in a minute, but timing is everything. If you ever wanted first mover advantage, you've got it here. Is it, you know, aggravating, waiting for something to get going and knowing about it, not being able to sign up and get started? Yes, of course it's aggravating, but it's just something we have to deal with in, you know, doing what we call a pre-build or pre-promoting so that you all have a running head start in your business. That's what we've been trying to do. We want to give you a head start. But right now, if you look at this chart, we are way down here, okay? When we hit $2 million a month plus, we're going to wind up getting into this momentum stage, and it's going to move very, very, very quickly, all right? So we are way down here, so be patient as you can. Why is the timing so perfect in the world? Well, everybody here knows about gas prices, diesel prices. We all know what's happening. And if you look around, I'm not going to read all this off, but if you look around the world, it's one of people's biggest expenses. And we could save them money on that expense, right? Around the world, if you look, in some countries, it's as high as $10, $11, $12 for a gallon of fuel. Can you imagine? I mean, that's insane. That's crazy. I've converted this over to liters. You know, in Hong Kong, it's $2.99 a liter for gas and $2.66 for diesel. I mean, that is just insane, okay? So who do you know, once again, who do you know that uses gas or diesel? This treats up to 120 gallons. This is our trucker product. Does anybody here know anybody in that has transportation, buses, trucks, commercial vehicles, equipment like that? Okay, we have the truck, what we call the trucker crumbs. It comes in a sleeve like this, okay, and it's in crumbles. You just dump it in there, and it treats up to 455 liters of fuel at one time. Some of those trucks have 250-gallon tanks or 450-liter tanks, okay? And this product alone, when you stop to think, some of the truckers are getting, you know, 5 or 6 miles to the gallon. A 10%, 15% savings is a ton of money saved at the end of the year. So we're very excited about that product as well. Now the product comes in 3 packages. Now, if you're in certain countries, you can't, for one, you can't even sign up yet. And for 2, the product offering might look a little bit different for you in your country. Nigeria might actually wind up with a $99 pack because we want everybody, regardless of their finances, to be able to participate, okay? So we've got right now, though, in the US, Canada, Philippines, we have the $200 pack, which is 20 of the 5-tank trials. Okay, and incidentally, these 5-tank trials cost you $10 and they sell for $20. Okay. And people will throw money at you to try the product. Okay. $199.95, $200 for the 20 pack. There's a middle pack, which is where most people get started. It's $299.95, 15 of the 5-tank trials and 1 box of the trucker crumbs. And then if somebody has a big business that is, in transportation or equipment or whatever, they can buy a 3-pack to get started with only the trucker crumbs. Okay, so any money put into the business is for product. The only other charge is a once a year, $29.90 or whatever it is, $29.95 once a year. Okay, that's the only other cost. And you ought to be able to, no matter where you are in the world, you ought to be able to double your money on your initial product very quickly. And I've been saying this, but take this to heart. If you just buy 1 box of product, that's wonderful. But be careful, because you'll be out of product within a day or two, especially in countries like Nigeria and Philippines. Okay, so you're going to want to give some thought when it opens up as to what you do when you get started. All right, so we got some new products coming down the pike here pretty quick, and some of you are going to be very excited about this, especially with the motorbikes. We've got the premium mini caps coming, which treat 5 to 10 gallons of fuel. And we've got the Moto mini caps coming, which is for motorbikes and small engines. Oh man, some of you guys, it's going to get crazy. Okay, I'm just telling you, it's going to get crazy. All right, now Andrew and Nancy, back in 06, 07, and 08, the same exact product, they sold $300 million worth. How'd you like to get a percentage of that, right? So crazy stuff. So that we got those new products coming. We also have, now keep in mind, depending on what country you're in, the product offering may look different, okay? But we have just obtained this product. It's a fantastic weight loss coffee that's in our marketplace, if you will, okay? Marketplace Global, MPG Extreme. So think about that for a minute. And how many people would like to slim down? I mean, this is a product right here that we, in our prior business, people were getting wealthy with this product, just this one product right here. Yeah, it's crazy. And we've got that product inside our marketplace. Travel, we have a travel membership inside the marketplace. Travel is borderless, right? You're in Nigeria, you're in Philippines, wherever you are, South Africa. Travel is borderless. Okay, so we have this product here, which allows you super discount travel, even on airfare, holidays, car rentals, you name it, hotel stays. It's an unbelievable membership that you have available to you. And if you look at the size of some of these industries, like, for example, weight loss industry, I haven't figured that one out yet, but the weight loss industry is huge. But what about our primary product, right? Fuel, $5 trillion. The direct sales industry is $189 billion. That's our industry. The travel industry, $1.9 billion, right? Coffee industry, $495 billion. We're talking about a ton of business out there. And we eventually want to have something for everybody, right? But our lead product, obviously, is the premium X caps. So as we move around the world, we're open in US, Canada, Philippines, Mexico, US, Canada, Philippines, and Mexico currently. And the other countries are soon to follow very quickly. South Africa, of course, Nigeria, coming very, very, very soon. The EU, and we're not talking about one, country or some of the countries, all of the EU countries. Mexico, literally just opened. Hungary, Australia, Okay, it's going to get very exciting. Now, some of you might be thinking, I don't know anybody in Australia because I'm all the way over here in Nigeria. Well, you know somebody that knows somebody in Australia. I can tell you that. Okay, and that's how this business spreads around the world. It's very, very exciting. So, hey, Mike, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you to give a quick your testimonial on how the product works, and then can you do the money part, the income part?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. I'll just flip the slides for you, buddy. If you so you're on. Take it away.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Really exciting times. I build muscle cars, and so I'm familiar that when you put this product in any combustion burning motor, that your fuel's burning completely. It's cutting your emissions, burning inside your combustion chamber. And if you ever have a motor apart, there's carbon on your pistons, carbon on the backside of your heads. There's dirt and stuff inside your motor that once this product removes that, it puts a polish in there. So when the metal meets metal, it all burns within the combustion cycle rather than onboard gas going out your tailpipe. So it's a phenomenal product. And as far as the comp plan is concerned, I tell people this, that when you look at, there's no guarantee of income, but there's no limit on how much income you make. We don't know your energy level, your ability, what it is you want out of this, but there's no limit on the income. And I tell people, if you've ever looked at comp plans, take some time to look at this. And working this part-time on a side hustle of 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, creating that leverage. It's just not your efforts. It's as you build your team of people, you can create leverage and time, right? If you work 40 hours a week already, let's say you work this 10 hours a week, and in a month you got 20 people in your team, and if 10 of them work 10 hours a week, you just created 100 hours of leverage for yourself, right? And it's not who you know, it's who they know and who they know and so on. So, and I just say, if you put 3 to 5 years into something like this, what would your life, well, even at 1 year, what would your life be like if your side hustle replaced your income? We had double the money to live. And when that happens for you a year later from then, if you're doing it correctly, you can double your residual income. And what would life be like for you if you didn't have to go to work? It's a freedom that you can earn by building a network of having the ability to own a business for a couple $100 that you don't have the overhead and costs and everything else. So you get paid on retail sales of just guys like Mitch that have guys that went out and sell a ton of this product. You can make money, double your money. When people buy online, you don't have to deliver product. You can, but the company ships a product, you get paid a commission. You can earn up to $40 to $60 on every sign up you bring in. And your team commission potential as you build 2 teams of people, marketing product, marketing opportunity, online, offline meetings, event center meetings, booths and events, places where you expose your products. There is up to 30,000 a week just in the team commissions. And the 7-level check match is extremely exciting because it's 20, 20, 10, 10, 10, 5, 5, that as you hit the level of platinum, which is 12 people, you start earning 20% of all your personal checks paid by the company to you. You earn 20% of their checks and 10% of their checks. And it's just mind-blowing numbers, to be honest with you, but the opportunity is endless. And on the opportunity, back to the opportunity, I'd just say this, that South Africa, Nigeria, Philippines, and Mexico just got the same advantage that me and Mitch received because your markets are opening first. Within another month or 2, all of Europe's going to be open. All the Spanish markets will be open. We're going to India. And you all probably know people that know people that know people all over the world. So having the advantage of being open first, and just think of this, before we open Uganda, Botswana, Kenya, right? Before all the African markets open, South Africa, Nigeria go first. So that means you get a head start in the race, right? If we don't open those markets for another 2 months, you get a 2-month advantage to build, to be the one to open those markets. And that's the secret sauce. So on the next slide, I don't know what you got for next slide, Mitch, but. And here again, companies normally, and me and Mitch made a lot of money with the coffee product. I mean, a lot of money. You simply change your brand. Drink coffee, lose weight. People want it, they buy it. But our old company, we didn't have this. This 20%, you bring 4 people, you earn 20% of their check. If you bring 8 people, you get 20% of their checks. And if you get to the level, when you get to level platinum, a 12-person enrolled, you make 20, 20, 10. That means if I sponsor Mitch and he makes $100 a week, I make $20. But if Mitch sponsors Lawrence on here and Lawrence makes $1,000 a week, not only does Mitch make a $200 bonus on Lawrence, but because I sponsored Mitch, I make a $200 bonus on Lawrence. So you could bring in 12 people into this business and only make a few $100s a week. But one of your guys could go out and make $5,000 a week, and you can make $1,000 bonus on them because your guy you brought them in. It's insane. But I hope that information helps.
That's incredible. Thanks,
It's really
Mike.
incredible.
I mean, it's really incredible. This is a global, seamless 2-team binary that pays down to infinity. Okay, so if you're watching this in a country like Nigeria or Philippines, right now you have first mover advantage, and we are watching daily as far as the website as to when Nigeria actually opens. Okay, Philippines just opened. If you're in the Philippines watching this, you might want to get back with the person that invited you and tell them, get started, because it's open. All right, it's open. The executive check match is very exciting. If one of your 2 teams blew out and became huge, you could still get paid a lot of money just by having that one team. I mean, that's very, very exciting. So as a reminder, this is the way the packages look here in the US. We did see that in the Philippines, these packages are the same. Okay. Not sure how that's going to shake out, but at least that's what we know at this point. And also, if you're watching this and think about this, where do you see yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? Maybe you're a skeptic. Okay. But this product's 30 years in development with thousands of people having results, with the testimonials coming in every single day. The odds of it not working at all for you are like slim and none. Okay, so there's no question it's going to work. But if you are like one of those kind of crazy skeptical people, or think you have to become a fuel scientist in order to just pop it in your gas tank, you can certainly try it. So if you're on a scale, or if you consider yourself a 1 to a 6 on the interest level, try a 5-tank trial. Okay, now you may not have that opportunity depending on what country you're in. Get the smaller pack, join, try it. Okay, whatever you want to do. Or wait for your friend to get some if you really want to, but I wouldn't advise that. If you're a 7 to 10, okay, become an ISR, get your pack, get started. If you're in a country where we're not yet launched, definitely give your commitment to the person that invited you and get that number, whatever number they're going to give you. You're number 3 in line. And when they contact you and say, okay, it's go time, you need to join right then, because it's going to make a big difference. And if you take a look there's Mike's list on a whiteboard. I recommend you do the same thing with all the people that and stay in touch with those folks here as we get Nigeria and some of these other countries launched. One thing I want to talk about briefly here is we have an event coming up June 16th through 18th in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Okay. You all can come to this event. You could come. All right. If you want to come meet the people, get energized, get recognized for your accomplishments, because many of you are going to be getting recognized as Ruby and Emerald. And, you're going to be recognized as Ruby and Emerald and Diamond, maybe even double diamond or triple diamond for some of you. You're going to want to be at this event. Okay. And this is in June 16th through 18th in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And if you've never been to Colorado in the US and you have an opportunity now, I would commit to come if you can and take a couple extra days and go, to the mountains and see Colorado. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. But this is a very, very important event. And there's only about, I understand, 150 spots left. Okay, so you just need to know that. But it is available to you. Okay. And so, with that being said, I'm going to do a couple of quick training slides here. Hang tight. But before I do that, I just want to welcome you all to Marketplace Global MPG Extreme. You're in a great spot right now. So hang in there. And I look forward to meeting you no matter where you are in the world, because you have an incredible opportunity here. And we're going to change a bunch of lives, yours included. So
Hey,
with that
Mitch.
being said, God bless, get back to the person that showed you this, and we'll look forward to
Hey,
helping you
Mitch,
win.
I wanted just to say one thing here. MBA, Lawrence, Given, you guys that are on here, make no mistake, we're days away. South Africa's live this weekend. There's a big corporate call on Saturday at 1 o'clock, 30 minutes from now, this Saturday, and you can click a link and listen to the corporate call.
It'd be 8
Mitch will
p.m.
get that link
Nigeria
out
time.
to you. Mitch will get that link out to you. Plug your people into this call. And if you have not laid out your people, if you have not had a home meeting and structured your 4, 8, 12 people, you're missing the whole picture, because when this goes live and you guys can enroll for $1, we're going to merge all the Nigerian groups together. And when you show up at the meeting and there's hundreds of people on there, you're going to wish that you did the work to lay out your foundation. We have hundreds, not 100. We've got hundreds. I got back-to-back Zooms all day for Nigeria, and we're kind of keeping the group separate, right? Because you're the leader of your team, and we don't want to have our other people join you, and we don't want to have your people join somebody else. But when we step open and that dollar enrollment comes and we do a live Zoom once a day, we're going to push it all into one Zoom. And when you show up with your 2 people and see hundreds of people on the screen, you're not going to be able to go back and say, boy, I wish I would have had my 20 ready to go. We have people.
Yeah. Oop, hey, Mike, you accidentally got muted.
Oh,
unmute yourself. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I mean, there's people in Nigeria right now that have 20 personals ready to go.
There is.
And you
And
want
they're
to
not
be,
on, and then they're not on our team necessarily.
yeah. And so every team's, we're keeping them separate, because I don't want some other guy to say, hey, I want to MDA, I have your guy go join somebody else, and vice versa. We're trying to keep your leaders separate. But all I'm saying is that when we go live and the dollar drop down comes, to save our time, because we're opening many markets, we're going to do one Zoom. And when you show up to it and the Zoom room is loaded full, and you see all the people on the screen, if you don't have 4, 8, 10, 12, 20 people ready to go, you're not going to be able to go back and say, I wish I would have. We don't have 100 people waiting to join. We've got hundreds of people that will turn to thousands and tens of thousands of people. And if you want to win this, you want to be the first gold, silver, gold, platinum. You want to be the first ruby, emerald, diamond. And it is go time now. We are days or hours away from flipping the switch on Nigeria. And I'm just encouraging you to go for it.
Yep, absolutely. Hang tight. I'm going to stop the recording here. All right. So what I want to do